My greetings and salutations, everyone. We're continuing on our playthrough of the Sharn Part 2 chain. We're on our way to House of Pain. We gotta go find a man with a beard. There's a couple of really tricky spots in this quest, and I still did not go get a new hireling.
Your would-be informant, somewhere upstairs.
So hopefully we don't make a bunch of big bad mistakes here. But
the door into Evan's apartment stands before you, wide
I'm
open.
gonna take this guy's bag.
This can't
We're gonna
be
talk
good.
to these people.
2 hobgoblin corpses lie at the feet of a stern gnome. The air smells of sulfur. And who in Khyber are you? The gnome demands in a pitiless tone.
So now we're gonna talk to the neighbors.
Deputizes you to track down Evan Greybeard.
It's pretty easy.
A dangerous criminal on the run.
Easy experience here. Alright. Now, we're going to use a little metagaming. We're going to make sure that we have our fire shield running. We're going to make sure that we have our protection. We're going to fire off our goodness here, and we're going to be ready to hit the no holds barred. This little ambush here is, I mean, this is a lot of damage. Two Forge Wraith Wisps and 2 Forge Wraiths. They can get real nasty, especially if one of these is a champ. Get real bad, real fast. There's another one even. And another one. Wow. No, that's not the right exit. This is the right exit. Alright, but now once we're out in the lovely city of Sharn, there's a lot of like wandering around to do through here. I try really hard to just A to B to C to D. But as you walk around, there are bad men along the way. We want to go this way, not that way. So, there's the bar. You can tell because the city watch is right in front of him. How I know what it is I recognize this like fall down walkthrough that takes me to the bar. Everyone has their own way to remember these little shortcuts, but and landmarks, but that one's mine. You're welcome to use it.
Be the place where Evan went for a drink.
So now we just go talk to everybody until they say we don't have to talk to anybody anymore. Alright, and then we talked to one more person, so it's the second to last person we talked to. When we speak to enough people, yeah, we're still missing something. There's one more bar here, and then when we talk to enough people, there should be a guy that spawns at the end. So who did we not miss? Something. Yeah, this is all cleaned up. Did we not talk to the bartender, maybe? We must not talk to the bartender. Thought we did. So when we talk to enough people, and apparently also the bartender, this guy over here will show up. And then we have to decide how we want to deal with going downtown. There's lots of different options that are all fine. Falling down is totally okay. Jumping down with Featherfall is okay. What we're going to do is we're just going to kind of work our way around. We're going to keep an eye open for the lady in black. But in general, what we're going to have to do is we're probably going to end up beating up a bunch of these guys who live down here. We're going to give them an excuse to attack us, aka walk too close to them. And then they're going to decide to try to kill us for our shoes, apparently. Which are pretty nice, they're nice shoes. But as we work our way through this optional of teaching thugs manners, we will end up causing the chick to spawn. I think she'll spawn after so many monsters are killed. I think you can find her without killing any monsters sometime, but I think that's pretty uncommon. Otherwise, I think you gotta get like 15 to 20 guys, somewhere in that rough ballpark, and then she'll spawn. Should be somewhere kind of along these. Oh. Should be somewhere kind of along the way. This is an interesting puzzle. I wish I could solve it consistently. I would show you guys how to do it, but I can't. But it's like the shroud puzzles, in the sense that you got to get all the lights to turn on, and if you hit a switch, it'll get the ones next to it.
It still gleams with the magic of a Shan long vanished.
See, it looks like we have just this one button that needs to be turned on. I really wish I was good enough to figure out how to do this. That can't be it, because otherwise it would have gone. So what are we missing? There must be a button on the side that I can't see here on this side. Yeah, right there. So to me, this puzzle is in too many directions for me to kind of have figured out. I have solved it in the past, and then if you hit this button, it starts to work its way up top. But I don't know it very well. I believe there's probably a solver, again, on the wiki somewhere. I imagine someone has figured out a way to solve it consistently. Alas, that is just not me, though. We do it? I probably hit this one over here on the side again. Yep. This button over here is a real pain, I guess. 0% chance it's lit up. Oh, it is. I don't know why I'm looking to try to figure this out. I know I'm not going to get this one. Look at the definition of insanity here. Fiddle with that puzzle if all you like. When you do solve this puzzle, and I hope that you do, you'll get some pretty interesting. I suspect that has something to do with activating like these buttons over here, and getting things to like activate down. But when you do get this puzzle figured out, and I trust that you eventually will, in fact, the more I fiddle with it, the more I almost guarantee that it involves toggling those buttons somehow. Was that it? Did we succeed? No, there's no way. 'Cause that's not enough to get those. And if we hit these, it'll unlock the ones on the bottom. Yeah, see, that one's messed up again. Anyway, when you do get this puzzle solved, 2 names will spawn. Did I try turning it off and back on again? Exactly. I said I have sat there and fiddled with it long enough until it works, but it is not. It's not a puzzle that I can do consistently on camera. But when you do finish it, 2 guys will spawn, and they'll argue with each other. If you knock them out there, then you'll get some stuff later. I think it'll give you a chest right away, and then you'll get an opportunity to avoid a fight. It basically transfers the fight from later in the quest to there. You need to just look up that puzzle and learn it. It's not currently on the DDO Solver app, so I don't know it. Wow, talk about a big punch in the guts there. Alright, so I would imagine that the lady in black has spawned somewhere here. So we want to kind of keep our eye out. A little bit harder. I thought I gave that guy the finger. This does feel a little bit like asking for trouble. Wow. They all saved. They took some negative levels, but they all saved at the end of the day. These guys have the high ground on us, we can't allow it. Obi-Wan taught us better than that. He's a great master. Yoda ain't never taught me nothing. There's the lady in black. Perfect. Alright, so we want to make sure that we're as healed up as we can. Be in a reasonable manner here. We're going to talk to the Lady Black. This is one of my favorite dialogues in DDO. What's your angle? Who do you work for? I love this babble incoherently. I always click it every time. Alright. So, important thing to note, once somebody in your party has talked to her, the secret passage glows big and red right there on your map for everybody to see. I'm actually gonna hit once more. All right, we're gonna end up inside this chamber. Now, the way to make this floor fall out is to break all these pipes. However, this room is trapped to the gills. Way more than just one. Okay? So, put on your trapping gear. Search it out. Just don't rely on your auto search. Because you never know when your auto search is just going to act funky. It's like, oh, we were going to show you that next, but you started shooting things before we looked at it. We check every wall. If I remember right, there's 2 with 3 and 2 with 1. But I want to, again, I double check, triple check, because this room can be a bit of a pain if you don't have the ability to disable the traps. All of these mouse fire off and shoot acid at you, and lightning and other bad things. So you want to take a second, make sure this is clear. If you cannot, then you have to break all this stuff as fast as possible and get down this hole. Right, so you have a left and right choice. We want to try to go right. If we go right, we can potentially pick up an additional chest. So you have to land over here. And then once you land over here, I feel like there's a bad man that you're supposed to defeat. Maybe it's this rust monster.
In a place like this.
Alright, so if we solve the puzzle, there'd be a bad man here to defeat, and we would get a chest.
You find yourself in a small corner of the vast sewers that smoke beneath the city. If your suspicions are correct,
Yeah, look at these rats. They're just like big boys.
Somewhere nearby.
Man, look at that rat. He just wanted us. Alright, collectible. Rubble. We have a shrine. I thought there was one more lever. There it is, a valve. One more valve over here. Oh man, we needed one more guy to finish cleaning up the streets.
Look what the cat dragged in. The crouching
There's
half
one more
orc
valve
barely
over
seems to
here.
be paying attention to you. How's the weather topside?
Should've looked around. Should've read my optionals. I didn't even stop to check the optionals. To be fair. Get a little close to hit points here. I would like to burst. I don't want to heal these rats up, so I'm just gonna move backwards and burst a couple of times once the rats are clear. Again, if we solved the puzzle, there'd be another guy to fight here and another chest. So they would have like talked at each other. We would have got a chest, and then you would have picked up, I think, again, 2 more chests here. I could be incorrect on the exact order. Again, I don't solve that puzzle successfully that often, but I know that if you solve it, there'll be optionals guarding both of those valves, and then I believe you'll also get a chest for solving the puzzle immediately. So. All sorts of goodness. This guy's going to just be like, hey, I'm right behind you.
Ash de Therashk, bounty hunter, is having a hard time with some kind of pipe contraption. Maybe you could help.
Because remember, while we were working for the police, We need to have a conversation with this guy. And he's very much in the bring him in dead camp.
At first, Lady Thora gapes at you like a startled deer. Then she sighs with exasperation. Curse contractors. If you want something done right, you've got to do it yourself.
I don't understand why a dancing ball didn't fire off there. That should have been... This water level should be low enough that you should be able to dancing ball in it. Don't know why. Why specifically here it's not. I'm gonna ice storm. Keep the bad things on us. I am fairly certain that these two NPCs can clean this room with enough time. But I would hate to waste all the time that we just spent doing this quest and be proven incorrect. Wow, 3 Reapers. Nice. Alright, I guess it's time to go ahead and hit the fuselage button then, huh? Found our kidneys. Apparently they're still working. Even though we're a zombie. Zombies shouldn't have working kidneys. They certainly stabbed him a whole bunch. Try to teach us a lesson. Hi, how are you? My finger of death. Get out of here. These goblins are clearly the Hydra of Sharn. Strike one of us down and 2 will grow to other places. Hail goblins.
We had a deal, Talion. Flora calls out, and she sees the known inquisitive among the attackers. Nobody quits the Dark Lanterns, Flora. You're a loose end, Talion responds. And you're done playing house. That's all of them, at least for today. We need to keep moving, Thora says. If you want to talk to Evan, you need to do it now.
Alright. So we want to ask him if he has any dirt, and then we need to ask him, or then we need to turn around and ask her if she's able to get some help towards us here. Answers are, of course, yes and no, but 23 minutes, 24 minutes for 33,952 and 536 Reaper points. Not too bad. Kind of... Oh, we need to talk to that guy first and then open the door, and then we would have got that experience, I guess. Seems bad. Solve the riddle would have been nice, and then we could have killed one more guy to finish cleaning up the streets. I feel like we missed these optionals by, like, this much, like sequencing errors. Everybody, I hope you had a great time. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough. Do better than I did when you come through here. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to like the video, and we'll see you next time. Toodles.